First down carry by Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. Brandon Dunn in on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On 1st and 10, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing, but there are plenty of other guys out there too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Now we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd and 9, Prescott, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
I'm here all day.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson flushed out right. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time. Now it's Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need to be a...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans team. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try to hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield.
But that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On second down now, it's Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Watson's throw is taken in by QT. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. And he will score. It's a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Prescott throwing complete to Cobb. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Prescott. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting them first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
A huge play there for Houston. Give him 58 yards on the ground. So the fullback, the beef, normally the lead blocker, shows that he can run it a long ways as well.
And he does have an ability to run away from people, but you and I both know he'd rather run through people when he carries the ball.
On first down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Now on second and 16. Watson on the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass first.
Wow,
I'm fucking done. Picked off near the 34. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Faking the give. Now Watson rolling to his right. Going for it all. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins